Hello everyone. Last time we have explained about the process of meiosis, that is the reduction division occurring in the gonads and undergoes the first meiotic division and second meiotic division and finally produces the four haploid cells at the end of telophase second. Now today we are going to explain the brief account of the process of mitosis and meiosis. As we have explained the process of mitosis earlier, the process of mitosis is a duplication division or a type of duplication of the chromosome number during the successive cell divisions or the successive generations, where the chromosome number in the nucleus of the cell of particular species is maintained the same, that is diploid to diploid, from parent to progeny or the offsprings. So process of mitosis is the type of cell division during which the chromosome number is maintained the same through the successive cell divisions of the mitosis or during the growth or during successive generations also. So chromosome number is maintained same, that is from generation to generation, that is diploid to diploid through tetraploid. So during the S phase of the process of mitosis, the chromatin material or the chromosomal component is doubled during the synthetic phase, or which is also called as DNA synthesis phase, taking place during the interphase of the mitosis. Then during the process of mitosis or actual mitotic phase of the cell cycle involving the prophase, metaphase, anaphase and the telophase, during which the chromatin material or the chromosomes or the chromosome complements which are present in the cell undergoing the process of mitosis first undergoes the stage of prophase. So during prophase, the chromosome, which are readily very thin and coiled uh, during the interphase, becomes getting condensed or becoming shortened or thickened during the prophase, and there is also a beginning of disintegration of the nuclear membrane or formation of spindle fibers in the cytoplasm, where the centrosome divides into paired centrioles which will then pushed away from one another by forming the microtubules or the spindle fibers in between, and ultimately the centrioles reaches to the opposite pole of the cell and undergoing the next phase of mitosis, that is a metaphase, during which the chromosome complements or the diploid set of the chromosomes, which has been very much shortened or thickened or became condensed or the prominent during the prophase and the metaphase. So during metaphase, the chromosome get arranged to the equatorial plane, where the centromeres uh, getting attached with the spindle fibers which have been extended or developed from the opposite poles of the cells. So the microtubules of the spindle fibers getting connected with the paired chromosomes or the centromeres of the chromosomes, and then follows the next phase, that is a anaphase. So during anaphase, the microtubules of the spindle fiber get contracted and ultimately pulling the chromosome complements or the paired chromosomes of the set of the chromosomes away from the equator to the opposite poles of the cells and reaches finally to the uh, opposite poles or opposite ends of the cell during the anaphase. Then follows the next phase of mitosis, that is telophase, during which the two daughter nuclei are formed at the opposite ends of the cell, and beginning of formation of nuclear membrane around the chromosome complements which have reached to the opposite poles of the cell in the cytoplasm and then forming the round nucleus. Then it acquires the nuclear membrane around the newly forming daughter nuclei, and also the spindle fibers getting disappeared. The spindle fibers get disappeared at the end of the telophase. Then uh, cytoplasm. Then there is a next process or the stage of mitosis, that is cytokinesis. So during cytokinesis, division furrow begins to appear from the side or from the plasma membrane of the cell, and which deepens to the interior through the middle and finally divides into two daughter cells, that is called as a cytokinesis or the cytoplasmic division. So while process of mitosis, the two daughter cells are formed, each with a diploid set of the chromosomes in the nucleus. So the process of mitosis follows the first nuclear division, passing through the stages such as prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and the telophase, and finally, after the complete division or the distribution of the equal number of chromosomes or the chromatin material into two daughter nuclei, then process advances by the cytokinesis. So at the end of the mitosis, the dividing cell uh, undergoes cytoplasmic division and dividing two daughter cells, each with a nucleus and approximately equal amount of cytoplasm with a diploid set of the chromosomes in the daughter cells. So this is what the uh, actual mechanism of the mitosis taking place during the process of mitosis, that is a duplication division. Then second type of cell division, that is meiosis, which is called as a reduction division, and during which the chromosome number is reduced to half in the dividing cells. So meiosis is the reduction division, and this occurs only in the gonad cells or in the gonads, that is male or female gonads, that is testis or ovary, or the spermatogonia or oogonia in animals, the gonad mother gamete mother cells, that is the spermatogonia or oogonia, which undergoes the process of meiosis, that is the reduction division. So the meiosis occurs only in the gonads, and it is useful so as to carry out the sexual reproduction among the animals. So in the animals which are undergoing or showing sexual reproduction, where the process of fertilization is very important, and that occurs by means of haploid gametes. So the gametes produced in two opposite sexes, so males or female organisms which are having male and female gonads and are undergoing the process of spermatogenesis and oogenesis uh, during their reproductive cycles, and produces the haploid gametes at the end of meiosis or at the end of process of gametogenesis. So during gametogenesis, the cell, that is gamete mother cells, divides and passes through the two successive steps of the meiosis, that is meiosis 1 and the meiosis 2, that is first meiotic division and second meiotic division. So process of meiosis is very much complicated than the mitosis. The process of mitosis involves a straight single step cell division passing through just interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and the telophase, and then follows the cytokinesis to divide into two daughter cells with the equal number of chromosomes or the diploid set of the chromosomes in the nucleus of the daughter cells. But the process of meiosis is very much long and involving the two steps, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So the process of meiosis or the process of reduction division taking place in the gonads so as to produce uh, the gametes. So the gametes are thus formed by the gamete mother cells in the gonads, and the gamete mother cells, that is a egg mother cell or the sperm mother cell, which undergoes the process of meiosis, passing through the meiosis first and meiosis second, or first meiotic division and the second meiotic division. So the diploid gamete mother cells which undergoes the first meiotic division. The first meiotic division includes the stages such as interphase 1, which is uh, the step of meiosis first, that is during which the chromatin material or the DNA synthesis taking place during the growth phase of the cell cycle or the interphase of the cell cycle, means in a meiosis, process of meiosis, DNA synthesis taking place in a uh, interphase first, and the chromatin material or the DNA material is doubled in a synthetic phase of the interphase 1. Then follows the prophase 1. So meiosis 1, the process of meiosis or the first meiotic division, involves the stages such as interphase 1, prophase 1, then metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1, or the again cytokinesis. But the during interphase 1 there is a process of DNA synthesis, and where chromatin material get doubled. Chromatin material is doubled in a interphase 1. Then the first meiotic division begins with the prophase 1. Prophase 1 in a first meiotic division is very much long and complicated and involves several steps such as pre-liptotin, liptotin, zygotin, pachitin, diplotin, dikinesis, and again the metaphase 1. Then follows the metaphase 1, then anaphase 1 and telophase 1. So this is what the prophase 1 is very much long, complex or complicated and involves several steps. Now in diagram you can see during pre-synthetic S phase, the chromatids of the chromosome or the chromatin material in the nucleus get doubled during the pre-meiotic S phase. Then meiosis 1, during meiosis 1, the process of crossing over, taking place mainly during the meiosis 1. So this leads to the interchange or the exchange of chromosomal segments or the DNA segments among the chromatids of the two different homologous chromosomes, and this is the speciality or the peculiarity of the meiosis 1. So during prophase second, the first event is, that is the condensation shortening of the chromosome taking place. So while prophase 1, the first step, that is a pre-liptotin or the liptotin. So whatever the chromosomes which are invisible, very thin or ultra thin, coiled or complex structures present in the nucleus of the cells during the interphase 1, but during prophase 1, including several steps, will explain them one by one. During liptotin or during pre-liptotin, the chromosomes, thin or ultra thin coiled chromosomes, become filamentous and become thread-like and begins to condense in a liptotin, that is pre-liptotin. Then during liptotin, the two chromatids of the chromosome or two threads of the chromosome, they get fused together to form a single chromosome or single filamentous structure of the chromosome, resulting into the complete fusion of the two chromatids of the chromosome, and the chromosome just appears like a single thread, single filamentous thread and possessing the thickenings or the chromomeres along the length of the chromatids and a prominent structure, that is uh, centromeres, that is primary constriction or the secondary constriction along the length of the chromosomes or the chromatids. Then follows the liptotin, there where the chromosome become separated, begins to condense. During liptotin or pachytin, the chromosome threads become fused together, called as a zygote. Then, uh, during zygote, there is a fusion of the filaments or the chromatids of the chromosome to form a single structure. So, chromosome become thickened or prominent than the liptotin chromosomes. So, liptotin and zygote, there is a pairing of the chromatids of the chromosome to form a single thread-like structures during the pre-liptotin and the zygote. During pachytin, there is a process of crossing over taking place between the two chromatids of two chromatids of the two different chromosomes, but the pair of the chromosomes are the homologous chromosomes. So, the process of fusion of or fusion and breaking of the two chromatids of the two different chromosomes taking place during the uh, pachytin, called as crossing over. So, the process of crossing over taking place during the uh, pachytin stage. So, and this also leads to the, at the same time, there is a thickening and shortening of the chromosomes, and the chromosome become more prominent, more thick or more condensed than the pre-liptotin, liptotin or the zygote. But the chromosomes at third stage, that is pachytin, the two homologous pair of chromosomes come together, and there is a formation of synaptonymal complex between the centromeres of the two homologous chromosomes. So, synaptonymal complex is thus formed between the centromeres of the two homologous chromosomes, and this will keep or held two homologous chromosomes together during the pachytin. So, ultimately this leads to the fusion and breakdown of the one of the chromatid of each homologous chromosome, and thus leading into the formation of chiasmata, or this leads to the process of crossing over at one, two or more places along the length of the chromatids. So, this pachytin during zygote pachytin, then next phase is the diplotin. So, in a prophase 1, the another phase, so prophase 1 passes through the stages such as pre-liptotin, liptotin, then zygotin, then pachytin, then diplotin. So, after the process of crossing over, the homologous pair of chromosomes begin to separate. Synaptonymal complex disappears during the diplotin, and the chromosome pair getting separated during the diplotin. So, pachytin is followed by diplotin, then uh, the chromosome pairs getting separated, or the homologous chromosomes or the pairs of the chromosomes getting separated due to the disappearance or disintegration of the synaptonymal complex, and then follows the next phase, that is dikinesis, during which the chromosomes of each of the chromosome from the homologous pair begins to separate, and that is pulled away from one another by the chromosomal fibers or the spindle fibers, which have been formed during the successive stages of the liptotin, then zygotin, then pachytin, then diplotin, and the dikinesis. So, during this prophase 1, there are several changes taking place in the chromosomes. So, first the chromosome become begins to condense or shorten and become thread-like or the filamentous. Then in a next phase, that is in a zygote, they are more condensed, more short, and more prominent or the filamentous and appears as a single structure during the zygote. Then during pachytene, there is a pairing of the chromosomes. During pachytene, there is a pairing of the homologous chromosomes, which are representing the thick thread-like structures which are undergoing their pairing of the homologous chromosomes along their length, and then is followed by the formation of synaptonymal complex between the paired chromosomes during the pachytene. So during zygotine and pachytene, there is a pairing of the homologous chromosomes and is then followed by the process of crossing over, that is zygotine and the pachytene. Then diplotene. During diplotene, the chromosome pairs which have kept together by means of synaptonymal complex leading into the process of crossing over, and after the process of crossing over, there is a separation of the two homologs of the homologous chromosomes, and which are then pulled away from one another during the metaphase 1 and the anaphase 1. So during prophase 1, there is a disintegration of the nuclear membrane or formation of spindle fibers also taking place during the prophase 1. Then after separation of the homologous chromosomes from each of the pair, which are then get arranged at the equatorial plane during the metaphase 1, after which the chromosomal fibers get connected to the centromeres of the chromosomes which have been arranged along the equatorial plane, but the centromeres of these chromosomes which are uh, away from one another, and ultimately the chromosomal fibers extending from opposite poles getting connected to the centromeres of the two homologs or the separate chromosomes from the homologous pair of the chromosomes. So these are arranged at the equatorial plane. Chromosomal fibers get attached and then undergoes the next phase, that is anaphase 1. So during anaphase 1, the homologous pair of the chromosomes which have been separated during the dikinesis, that is prophase 1, which are then arranged to the uh, equatorial plane, then chromosomal fibers or the spindle fibers getting connected to the centromeres, and then follows the anaphase 1 and pulling the homologous chromosome pairs or the homologs of the separate chromosomes, homologs or the separate chromosomes, which are then pulled away from the equatorial plane and moves away from the equator or reaches to the opposite poles of the cell during the anaphase 1. Then follows the next phase, that is telophase 1. So during telophase 1, again the filamentous chromosomes or the prominent or the condensed chromosomes which are separated from one another, forming the set of the chromosomes. So two set of the chromosomes are thus pulled away from the equatorial plane and reaches to the opposite poles in the cytoplasm of the cell. Then it acquires the nuclear membrane, then spindle fibers which will begin to disappear, but during the telophase 1, the spindle fibers are not completely disappeared. The spindle fibers are not completely disappeared during the telophase 1, and the two daughter nuclei with a haploid nucleus are formed at the telophase at the end of telophase 1. Then the process of the meiosis then undergoes next phase of meiosis, that is second meiotic division. So during the meiosis 1, what happens? The diploid set of the chromosome have been separated and forming two daughter nucleus with a haploid set of the chromosomes at the end of telophase 1. So two haploid nuclei are formed at the end of telophase 1. Then the chromosomes which are having a single set of the chromosomes, but each of the chromosome or the homolog is having two chromatids, and each of the chromatid uh, chromosome, one of the chromatid of the homologous chromosome is same as that of the parental chromatids, but another chromatid of each chromosome have been exchanged their chromosomal segments due to the process of crossing over. So during meiosis 1, there is a process of crossing over which will lead into the exchange of the segments of the chromatids from or between the homologous pair of chromosomes, and this leads to the variations or the interchange or exchange, and this leads to the recombination of the genes. There is a recombination of the genes during the meiosis first. During the first meiotic division, the recombination of the genes, or there is a interchange of the gene segments taking place between the two chromatids of two different homologous chromosomes. Then, at the end of telophase 1, two cells are daughter cells are formed, each with a nucleus and a haploid set of the chromosome. Now, these two cells, which are produced at the end of telophase 1 or at the end of first meiotic division, getting involved in the second meiotic division, and the process of second meiotic division starts with the interphase second or interkinesis. So during this interphase second or the interkinesis, this is the resting stage, and there is no DNA synthesis taking place during the interphase second. So DNA synthesis in a meiosis taking place only in a interphase 1. So during interphase 2, there is no DNA synthesis. It is thus just a resting phase, and the two haploid set of the chromosomes which are present in the nucleus then follows the next phase of second meiotic division, that is prophase second. So during prophase second, what happens? Again, the haploid set of the chromosomes having two chromatids, and which will become shortened, and the centromeres of the homologous chromosomes or the separate chromosomes, centromeres divides into two daughter chromatids, and these two daughter chromatids are then pulled away during the metaphase second and anaphase second uh, away from the one another, and this result into the formation of the four haploid cells. So haploid chromosomes, haploid set of the chromosomes which are present in the nucleus of the two cells at the end of telophase 1. So this will then undergo the second meiotic division, during which the nucleus and these cells divides uh, equationally or mitotically, and while the second meiotic division, the homologs or chromatids of the two chromosomes of both the cells get separated, as shown in the figure. In figure you can see the process of meiosis second, the homologs getting separated, and which shows the chromatids in each of the chromosome, one chromatid have exchanged their segments with a uh, due to the crossing over the chromosomal segments between the two chromatids of both the chromosomes have exchanged, and that can be seen in the diagram. So in a diagram you can see the homologs getting separated, and the homologs separated at the stage of metaphase and anaphase 2. So anaphase at the metaphase 1, during prophase 1, what happens? The spindle fibers again getting developed, then centromeres of the centromeres of the individual chromosomes from the two cells get divided. Centromeres of the daughter chromosomes or the single chromosomes get divided into two daughter chromatids or the sister chromatids, and these sister chromatids are then arranged at the equatorial plane, and these two sister chromatids are then pulled away from the equatorial plane to the opposite end of the cell, and this again happens by means of spindle fibers which are getting attached to the centromeres of the daughter chromosomes. So daughter chromosomes which are again pulled away from one another as shown in the figure. So during meiosis second, at the end of meiosis second or reduction division or meiotic division second, the haploid set of the chromosome undergoes mitotic division, or it is equational type of division, and producing four haploid cells. So each of the cell will have a nucleus with a sister chromatids, a set of sister chromatids of a species. So sister chromatids which have been segregated or separated during the anaphase second. Again, at the uh, uh, end of the meiosis second, that is during telophase second, again two daughter nuclei are formed from each of the cell. So during telophase 1, two cells are formed which will acquire two cells are formed which are with a haploid set of the chromosomes in a nucleus. Then the same two cells then getting divided into two daughter cells and leading into the formation of four haploid cells at the end of telophase second. Then after formation of uh, two daughter nuclei in each of the cells, so two cells which are formed at the end of telophase 1, which will again divide into uh, two cells and thus forming the four haploid cells, and each of the cell will acquire a nucleus with a haploid set of the chromosomes at the end of telophase second, and then undergoes the process of cytokinesis. So process of cytokinesis may occur at the end of uh, first meiotic division or at the end of telophase second, that is at the end of telophase 1 or also at the telophase second. So at the end of meiosis, process of meiosis, four haploid cells are formed uh, from the two cells which are with a haploid set of the chromosomes, and the second meiotic division or the meiosis second is a reduction division, is a equational division or the mitotic division, where the haploid set of the chromosome or the haploid number of chromosome is retained in the nucleus from telophase 1 to telophase 2. So at the end of meiosis second, four daughter cells are formed, each with a nucleus and with a haploid set of the chromosomes in the nucleus with a haploid number of a particular species. So this is the diagram representing the process of meiosis or the events, the specific events which are occurring during the meiosis 1 and the meiosis 2 of the process of meiosis. So during the process of meiosis, the there is a haploid nuclei or haploid cells are formed at the end of the meiosis. So during meiosis, the chromosome number is reduced to half in the daughter cells. So diploid cell divides and undergoing two maturation division or first and second meiotic division and forming the four haploid cells or the gametes at the end of the meiosis. So this is the diagram just showing the brief account of the process of meiosis. Now this is again a diagram showing the process of mitosis and meiosis. So in a mitosis, during interphase, the chromatin material is duplicated, then follows prophase which is very short, during which the chromosomes are condensed, thick or prominent during the prophase 1 in the mitosis, and this after this there is a movement of the centromeres, centrioles away from the cytoplasm and reaches to the opposite pole, and spindle fibers begin to form during the prophase, and nuclear membrane begins to disintegrate or disappear, and chromosome condensation of the chromosomes or the chromatids of the chromosome taking place. So during interphase, the mitosis, the chromosomes are very much thin or coiled, but during prophase 1 the chromosomes are condensed and shortened, then nuclear membrane begin to disappear, and spindle fiber uh, arrangement or spindle fiber attachment uh, begin to establish, that is movement of the centrioles to the opposite poles, and formation of the microtubules or the spindle fibers between the centrioles so as to extend into the interior of the cell. Then during metaphase, the chromosome complements during the metaphase of the mitosis get arranged at the equatorial plane, and then the spindle fibers which are developed from the opposite poles or opposite ends of the cell reaches to the middle or the equatorial region, and where they get connected with the centromeres of the uh, chromosome complements, and then undergoes the next phase, that is anaphase, during which the diploid set of the chromosomes are pulled away from equator line to form the two daughter nuclei, each with a diploid set of the chromosomes. Then at the telophase, during the telophase, the chromosome are aggregated at the opposite poles to form a nucleoid mass. Then nuclear membrane begins to appear, and spindle fibers get disappeared during the telophase. Then finally, the two daughter nuclei are formed in the cell during the mitosis, and after which there is a cytokinesis. So division furrow that deepens or that grows from the surface of the cell to the central portion in the middle region, and finally the division furrow deepens and meets to divide into two daughter cells with equal amount of cytoplasm and the daughter nucleus with a diploid set of the chromosome, and thus cell divides into two daughter cells with a same diploid chromosome number, that is diploid to diploid in a mitosis. And in meiosis, during interphase there is a DNA synthesis, the chromatin material gets doubled, then follows the first meiotic division or the meiosis first, during which the cell passes through the interphase 1 and then prophase 1. So prophase 1 is again much longer or complex, and uh, uh, performing or showing the various stages of the prophase 1, such as pre-liptotin, liptotin, then zygotin, pachytin, then diplotin, and dikinesis. So these are the various steps uh, involved in the prophase 1. So during prophase 1, the chromosome become filamentous or condensed in a pre-liptotin and liptotin. Then during zygotin, they get fused together. Parameters of the chromosome get fused. Then during pachytin, there is a pairing of the chromosome. Then during diplotin, there is a process of crossing over or the formation of synaptonymal complex. Then again, arrangement of the chromosomes along the equatorial plane during the metaphase 1, then are pulled away from one another, the homologous chromosomes, which are separated uh, after the process of crossing over during the pachytin or diplotin, which are then pulled away from one another during the anaphase 1, then forming the two daughter nuclei with a haploid set of the chromosomes in the nucleus, which have been reached to the opposite ends of the cell during anaphase and telophase 1, and forming two haploid nuclei at the end of the cells to form uh, two daughter nuclei with a haploid set of the chromosomes during telophase 1. Then during which there is again a formation of new nuclear membrane and incomplete disappearance of the spindle fibers. Then follows meiosis second, during which the uh, individual chromosomes which are having two chromatids, centromere divides and the sister chromatid separates from each of the chromosome, and thus forming the four daughter nuclei at the end of the uh, metaphase or anaphase second, metaphase and anaphase second. So at the end of telophase 1, two haploid nucleus or two daughter cells are formed, and then process of meiosis continue as a meiosis second, during which the centromeres of the individual chromosome get divided, then sister chromatids separates, which are then get arranged at the equatorial plane, spindle fiber extending and pulling away the sister chromatids of the daughter chromosomes away from equatorial plane to the opposite ends during the anaphase second. So metaphase second and anaphase second, which are shorter stages, and the process occurs rapidly during the metaphase, anaphase or the telophase second, and finally the four daughter cells with the haploid nucleus are formed at the end of meiosis. So at the end of meiosis, four haploid cells are formed as a male gametes, or sperms can be formed at the end of meiosis in a male gonad. So this is about the diagrams representing the brief account of the process of mitosis and meiosis. Then uh, this is the table showing comparison of mitosis and meiosis. So there are several events or the activities, that is various stages of the mitosis and meiosis, and what type of changes or what are the activities or the changes taking place in the chromatin material or the dividing cells, or various changes taking place during the process of mitosis and meiosis with respect to various stages, that is interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, cytokinesis, so as to divide up to the process of cytokinesis to divide the diploid cell to divide into either diploid cells at the end of mitosis or the haploid cells at the end of meiosis. So these are the different points which are given to explain the difference between process of mitosis and meiosis. So these are several points that you can read and can get idea about the comparison or the difference between the process of mitosis and meiosis. So these are the several steps. These are the several steps or the differences which are taking place during the process of mitosis and meiosis. So this is about the process of uh, mitosis and meiosis, and thus uh, today we'll stop here. Now we have completed the entire contents or the syllabus of the cell biology up to the process of mitosis or meiosis. So this is about the last chapter, cell division, where we have explained the cell cycle, then significance of cell cycle or the mitosis, process of mitosis, significance of mitosis, then process of meiosis, then significance of meiosis, together with the brief account of the process of mitosis and meiosis to explain the difference between the mitosis and meiosis. So this is about the entire course cell biology, and we have finished with the entire syllabus of the uh, course, that is a cell biology. Thank you.